Hello everybody, this is Stefan at Lush&SaltyAquariums. How are we doing? Alright, we're looking at my bonsai tree tank since I redid it with the smaller tree. The Monte Carlo is doing exceptionally well on this new tree. It really only took a day or two to begin to settle after I redid the whole damn tank. You could look at the original, which was glorious but super huge. The tree was just too big for the tank. So I took that one out and I had a smaller one, and there's a video showing that before I put the Monte Carlo into it, and you can search for it and find it, easy peasy. But just look at this glorious tank. I'm so happy with it. This tree is just as nice as the last one, but half the size. And now you can see all the fish and the other plants are not completely overshadowed. You have this lovely cryptocairn plant in front of the dragonstone, and over here freshly trimmed hair grass. This is the only hair grass I've ever had great success with. It's doing fabulous. It's tightly clumped, it's all green. You see some of the roots below. It's doing very, very well. The shrimp like it too. You see a bunch of cherry shrimp in betwixt and between. And in the back I have another species of crip and even a few others behind the tree, which we can't see. I'm okay with that. They're just there to provide a little bit of support for the aquascape and add to the general health of the tank, like all plants do. Up top I have the larger leafed frog bit. This grows really, really fast. I don't like it overtaking the top because Monte Carlo needs light, plus I like a more brighter version of this tank. You see now, of course, you've been seeing all these glorious fish. There's two predominant schools, Ember Tetra and Phoenix Rasbora. They're really happy together. I used to just have the Phoenix Rasboras, but they would just hide behind the tree, and when I added a group of Ember Tetras, they all came out. You can see them together. There's a Phoenix Rasbora, a couple of them, whole school now following the Ember Tetras. This phenomenon is called ditherfish, where you can add other fish to get your original fish to behave more vibrantly. And I know it's not because of aggressive or competition purposes. They just feel safer in a bigger group. They're not as worried about large predators, and they come out and they play. It's a common technique in the hobby. Up here you see in the glorious rootstock of this frogbit more shrimp. There's also a few wonderful examples of the ram's horn snail. I got a group from Because Your Fish, which you can find online. It's a great little site. He sells a few things and some exotic nano fish, and he raises ram's horn snails with a lot of calcium, so they're bigger, harder shelled, and better colored than the generic ones you might find basically anywhere. There's another nice one tootling along the bottom. So I was going to use those snails to feed my puffer fish, but they're so nice that I spread them out in my tank, in my various tanks, and I didn't want to use them as food. If they start having babies, of course I will, and of course they will start having babies. So for this tank I have a simple hang-on back filter, and a zoo. You can get them anywhere online, and they're dirt cheap and they work really, really well. I just run biomedia in this one, so no filter floss. I have so much plant life, I don't need to filter the water. The plants do that for me. Look at that group of fish, unbelievable. I feed these fish live baby brine shrimp about 4 times a week when my culture is good, and then scrunched up, kind of crunched up flake foods, bug bites, things like that. I keep the size very small for obvious reasons. There are also Ottocinchus in here, an excellent algae cleaning fish. You see them doing their work right now. There's about 5, and then I have Pygmy Hasbrosus catfish. I think there's one right there. Yeah, you can see a couple. There's a group right there, right on cue. These are all my favorite fish for nano tanks. The Otocinclus, the Ember Tetra, the Pygmy Corydora. Now the Phoenix Rasbora is a bit of an oddball for me, but I was interested in trying to have a group of micro rasboras, so I chose those from Aqua Forest in San Francisco, which is a high-end planted aquarium store. So this is about a 5-gallon tank, and for its size, it's got an incredible aquascape, if I do say so myself. Tell me what you think, and as always, keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.